Hey everyone, this is Chris Crazy House, and I want to talk a little bit about this news story that's been going around about the school, the art school called SCAD, or that's the acronym for it, but it's called the Savannah College of Art and Design. And the issues that have come up because of the whole corona quarantine, obviously schools have been closed, so you can't actually go to the physical school, but the students there are still being charged tuition, and the school claims that they're giving, I guess, online classes for kids or whatever, right? For their students. So let me just start off by saying this. I went to an art school. I went to the Art Institute in South Florida back in the 90s, okay? And a lot of people always ask me, like, what art schools do you think would be good for either my kids or maybe my nephew or my cousin or little brother or whatever to go to, right? Because they're interested in art and animation. And I always tell them that I cannot, in good consciousness, advocate anyone going to any art school in this day and age. And the reason I say that is because it's extremely expensive to go to these art schools. They overcharge. When I went, it wasn't that much money. When I went to the Art Institute, there were only, I want to say there were only maybe 4 campuses spread across the United States. There was one in Florida, one in Philly, one in Chicago, and one in California, I think. And they didn't really charge as much. I paid 38, was it, yeah, 38,000 for a bachelor's degree, a 3-year bachelor's degree, right? Now, uh, nowadays you can pay anywhere from 85 to 100,000 for a bachelor's degree. And in doing so, everyone always says, well, yeah, just go ahead and do it. Get yourself a student loan and just go ahead and go to the school. And when you get out, you'll be able to pay it back. The problem with that is this industry is not built for paying off student loans. Okay, you will not. There is no guarantee that any of these schools, no matter how big or how small, can give you that you'll find a job after you graduate. Okay, don't listen to what they tell you. I know they tell you, oh, we're gonna find your job. We got good job placement, whatever. Yes, they had a department for that when I went to the Art Institute, but they're not the ones that really got me a job. I got my own job. It was through my own determination that I got any type of work. It was through my own determination that I got my internship. It was through my own determination that I got work after school, and it was through my own talents and doing my own artwork and animation that I got any jobs after that. No one cared about my degree. At this point in my career, I don't believe anyone's ever even asked me about where I got my degree from. They don't care about that. So I can't really advocate. Now, I guess there are some bigger schools like Ringling and the California College of Art and Design or whatever it's called, Cal Arts, and even Savannah College of Art and Design, SCAD. I've heard good things about it as far as people getting work because they went there. But that has a connection to do with alumni of that school uh, having jobs in the industry. It doesn't really have anything to do with the school itself. It's almost somewhat nepotism. So I can't advocate someone spending all this money getting a degree that is going to be absolutely worthless when they get out into the industry. You're almost better off doing tutorials, learning how to animate and draw yourself, and creating your own product. Like, create your own comic book, create your own web series, create your own game, and become popular that way, and you'll get hired in the industry faster than you would if you went to some for-profit art school and is looking to get a job after you graduate. That's my humble opinion about how things are nowadays. Okay, so and that's not unique to the art world either. That's how this economy is nowadays. There really are no jobs based on because you have a degree. It's very rare that you can do that. Okay, so I don't want to put it out there and make it sound like it's only art jobs, but I mean that's just how this economy is nowadays. Back in the 90s, you can graduate from a college and get a job based on your degree. Nowadays, they really don't care about that. And those jobs, even if you get a job, there's no guarantee that it will be permanent, to where you'll have a permanent place of employment and a permanent residence where you'll be able to sit there and pay off your loans or whatever, right? So I don't want to ever get it confused and lure kids into that lie. I have to be honest. Even though I went that route, I have to be honest with everyone else about that type of situation, because I know a lot of people who went to the school with me who never found work in the industry, okay, for whatever reason. But it's not this rock solid guarantee that they gave you when we first started going to the Art Institute, like they do kids nowadays to a Full Sail, Art Institute. There's some other one that's online too that they always guarantee that you'll get a job in the industry if you work or go to their school. They're just there to make money. It has nothing to do with you getting a job later on. They've made their money off of you already. So don't get sucked into that. So as far as this story goes, the main person who brought up this issue that they were having with Savannah College of Art and Design was this foreign student. I think, if I pronounce his name correctly, is Yu-Hang Lee. And he was also a worker at the school. So he's working at the school as well as attending the school as a student. So he had a worker's visa for being there. And now that these classes are canceled and he can no longer work there or go there physically, now his visa is, there might be something wrong with his work status for that. So he's worried about that. And I can understand coming from that perspective, if this is your only way of staying here in the United States is to work and go to this school, and now everything's closed down, you're in a real tough position. But there are also American students who are in a tough position, because when you paid to go to this art school, now obviously not everyone was expecting this whole situation to happen, this corona outbreak, but what you're expecting is to go to the class. You went there, and some of them even live either off campus or they have a dormitory there they live at. You're paying to be at this school for that experience. You're not paying to be there. You're not paying for some online class. If that was the case, you can just go ahead and get an online class anywhere and learn these skills. What you're paying is to be at this school experience. And the fact that these schools are just saying, well, hey, we can't do anything about it. Corona, the government demands that we close down, so we're going to close down. But here, take a few of these classes online, and that's going to be it. That's not what people are paying for, and that's not what these kids signed up for. So, in my opinion, the proper thing to do is, if you're going to go ahead and cancel class, go ahead and cancel tuition for these 3 months as well, and let kids go ahead and start back up where they left off at when all this is over. But they're not going to do that because they just want to keep on sucking the money out of you. And think about this. If you got a student loan, that's going to keep on accruing while you're still not going to school. See what I'm saying? You're still going to have to pay that loan back later on, even though you didn't even go to school for those 3 months. So you're caught in a rock and a hard place there. And even though I'm calling this video the Scad Scam, this is really just the school scam, because a lot of people are going through this right now. Like I told you before, or I told people before, that I do Uber part-time just to make some extra cash. And, I obviously drive around a lot of college students, so they told me the same thing, that they got kicked out of their dorms, and they had to find some place to live, and there's no classes, and when they signed up to go to these schools, these big Tennessee schools, that was not that's not what they signed up for, to take an online class. If they wanted to take an online class, they would have just done that instead of paying this big ass tuition and this big ass bill for dormitories to stay at. Okay, so if the schools wanted to do something proper, they would just suspend all these payments until this is all over with. But like I said, they're not going to do that because they don't give a damn about your education. All they want is the profit. They just want the money. It's a corporation. So don't start thinking that these schools are altruistic and have your best interest at heart. That's why I cannot advocate anyone going to them these days, especially when all they're going to do is cast you out into a world where the economy's all screwed up and you can't find a job anyway. So you folks let me know how you feel about it in the comments section, and I'll post a link to this story so you guys can go check it out for yourselves. Anyway, Chris Crazy House signing out. Peace.